How did one of Steve Jobs' first apprentices start the largest sports video game company in the entire world? Now, I'm sure when most gamers think of the sports gaming genre, they probably think of one company.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Yeah, EA, or Electronic Arts, the company behind Madden, FIFA, Need for Speed, and a ton of other games. It is unquestionably one of the video game giants of today. But about 50 years ago, EA was nothing more than an idea built off of a theory from a young Harvard graduate named Trip Hawkins. Now, Hawkins' passion for games started way early on in college. You see, he would use a $5,000 loan from his father to start AccuStat Football, which is a board game built off of Trip's love for both sports and statistics. Now, the game was a commercial flop, but it did plant the seed for Trip's next venture. Also, if you love the deepest sports lore stories, draw me a follow. Trip graduated from Harvard with a degree in strategy and applied game theory in 1975. Around the same time, in-home computers started gaining traction in America. And Trip theorized by the early 80s, almost every person would have a personal computer inside of their home. His plan was to take advantage of the computer boom and transition from board games into digital ones. And over the next 7 years, Trip would find a mentor in Apple CEO Steve Jobs while serving as the company's director of strategy and marketing. While at Apple, Trip realized that most companies were doing a very poor job of fostering the creativity of their developers. So he planned to change that when he officially left Apple in 1982 and founded Amazon Software. His business plan involved treating his developers more like individual artists signed to a record label where they'd work on team projects. And over the next several years, Hawkins and EA would publish several computer games, including Skate or Die, as well as a flight simulator. But Hawkins' main obsession was creating a realistic simulation sports game. And his first step towards doing so was inking a contract with legendary head coach John Madden. In 1988, the very first installment of the Madden franchise, titled John Madden Football, would be released. Now, Hawkins would step down as EA CEO in 1991 and left the board 3 years later to start a new video game company, 3DO, which never matched EA's success. Throughout the 90s and 2000s, EA blossomed from a player in the video game space to one of its top dogs. And today, EA brings in over $7.5 billion per year, with numerous cornerstone franchises like Madden, FIFA, and even games like Battlefield and Apex Legends. But none of it would have been possible without Trip Hawkins.